Hi, friends, and welcome back to playing tribute to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, where we are about to begin my favorite case of the game and the only case that I've played more than once. Turnabout Academy. I love this case so much. I am very excited to be starting this. Even though it's taken me a while to actually get started on it, I am very excited to get started on it. And besides, you guys don't see what time it takes because my upload schedule is regular enough, so all good. I'm not gonna, without any further ado, we're just gonna get right into it. Here we go.
Themis Legal Academy, a prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
Well, that was, foreboding. Oh no, I'm gonna be late! Oh yeah, if you didn't get from the, silhouette that was at the beginning of the case and the picture at the bottom, where the touchscreen is, we're in Athena's head for this case. It's so cheery after that whole thing. Whew. Whew. Finally. So this is it. The illustrious Themis Legal Academy. This is the place where many distinguished lawyers and prosecutors got their start. When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back, he received a call from this school, asking him to pay a visit. Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late. At least it's not all business today. After all, today's their school festival. I'm trying to remember all the voices that I use, too. I can't distinguish between Athena's and Trucy's. I have to figure out voices. Wow! This place has a school festival written all over it. Literally. But why all the cold stares? Is it because everyone's at school in school uniform except me? Well, I like the way I dress. I wonder where Mr. Wright and Apollo are. Your attention, please. This is an announcement from the Mock Trial Committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. Thank you. Sounds like a mock trial is about to start. But where's this lecture hall? Looks like all the students and faculty are headed that way. Might as well join them. Maybe I'll find Mr. Wright and Apollo there. I like their little classroom courthouse they've got going, or courtroom they've got going on here. This must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place. The district court can't even compete. Hey, Athena, over here. I'm assuming that was Apollo. Ah, Mr. Wright, Apollo! I've been looking for you two. I'm so sorry I'm late. It's okay. Sorry we couldn't wait for you. But we didn't want to be late for our meeting. Lucky for you, the person we're supposed to meet also seems to be running late. Who is talking? If it's the character I think it is, so Mr. Wright, Mr. Justice, it seems Professor Court has yet to arrive. It is who I thought it was. How unprofessional. I think it's supposed to say how unprofessional. I don't think that he's going to be speaking in weird ways. So, typos might happen. How unprofessional of her to keep visitors to our esteemed institution waiting like this. I shall make her right. I will not. Oh, who do we have here? Oh, right, you haven't been introduced yet. Ah, yes, you must be the young lady Mr. Wright was telling me about. I am Aristotle Means, a professor at this hallowed hall of learning. I oversee the lawyer course here. Wow, I cannot speak. It is a pleasure to meet you. I'm Athena Sykes. I just recently got my attorney's badge myself. It's nice to meet you too. How wonderful. So vigorous and vivacious. You've just earned yourself a gold star. Wow, thanks! That big smile of his is kind of scary, though. Looks like the mock trial's about to begin. What are we going to do about our meeting? Oh, speaking of the mock trial, do either of you know what it's about? Oh, but I thought we had sent a pamphlet to your office. Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? You won't be seeing it again. Trucy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised. Well, it seems I had better explain the situation then. Thank you, Professor. Apparently he's talking about the skull first, though. Now, does anyone have any questions? I do, Professor. Could you tell me about your skull? What an excellent question. Here's a gold star for asking. Is he gonna do his creepy smile again? Yes. Oh, no, he's not. Our academy has 3 courses to choose from. Students seeking to be lawyers take the lawyer course. Likewise, budding prosecutors take the prosecutor course, and future judges the judge course. Wow, you have everything here for someone who wants to seriously pursue a career in law. Yes, well, that's what makes our school special, and today even more so. After all, we are to be treated to a lecture by the legendary attorney Felix Wright. We can't wait to hear all about his return to the legal profession. You're giving a lecture, Mr. Wright? But you're not even a professor. Haha. Yeah, well, I'm just giving them what they want. Give the people what they want. Oh. Did you even know you were meant to be giving a lecture here today? Yeah, sort of, but I came early because I was supposed to have a meeting. With the head of the judge course, Constance Court. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. Let's leave it at that. Professor Court. She's a wonderful instructor, but quite unpunctual. Oh, so that's who's late. From what I've heard, our esteemed Mr. Wright here is scheduled to hold a training seminar tomorrow in addition to today's lecture. A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve? Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer a lawyer. The arm angle when shouting objection, the proper way to strike the podium, how to project one's voice, and most importantly, how to bluff your way to victory. Huh? Who exactly do you want me to teach stuff like that to again? What a wonderful question. You just earned yourself a gold star. Yes, bluffing to the max. The defense attorney's greatest trick. The great honor of taking a seminar by a famous lawyer and a famous prosecutor. That is what is at stake here in this mock trial. The crown jewel of the school festival. The mock trial in question is a prestigious event that every student aspires to win. The top student in the lawyer course and the top student in the prosecutor course face off in a simulated court case set in this very school. As for the case itself, we select the best script written by a judge course student and base our case on that. Ooh, a one-on-one battle? How thrilling. So if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar? But what if the other student wins? I'm not a prosecutor, so... There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for such a case. But exactly who it is, well, that's a special surprise. A famous prosecutor? No, it can't be. I have no idea who this is. Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. Oh, of course, I should have known. Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. I'm Juniper Woods, a third year in the judge course. Professor, the trial will begin shortly. Since you'll be delivering the pre-trial speech, would you mind waiting up in the balcony until we're ready for you? My, how very organized you are, Juniper. You just earned yourself a gold star, too. But what about Professor Court? Well, I suppose she'll eventually arrive. Now then, I trust you will look after our visitors, Juniper. Yes, of course, Professor Means. Juniper? Juniper Woods, is that you? Oh, wait. This is before... The timeline is wacky. This is before the trial that started everything. Because remember, it goes, we're in flashback mode until the bombing, and then that first trial was actually like the second to last trial. The whole thing. So this is her first meeting of Athena since childhood. Then, Athena? I almost didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were back from Europe. Oh, wait, you two know each other? Now that's a coincidence. We've known each other since we were kids. We're like best friends, right, Junie? Sorry. Yes, well, we lived close to each other, so we used to play in the forest together. Yeah, I like that. I like a lot. Why won't she look at me? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since we haven't seen each other in a long time. Anyway, we're supposed to go wait in the waiting room, right? Not that I wouldn't mind taking the mock trial you're putting on today. Unfortunately, the mock trial is only for students and faculty. There's one seat reserved for Mr. Wright, but no other exceptions are allowed. Yes, I'm very sorry, but it is part of the student curriculum after all. I hope you won't mind remaining in the waiting room until the trial concludes. Ah, that's too bad. I was hoping to learn something new today. I'll tell you what, Apollo. Why don't you take my place? What? Really? Sure. Besides, I'd like to meet with Professor Court as soon as she gets here. Aw, no fair. I want to see the mock trial, too. Sorry, I'm gonna let Apollo pull what little rank he has, if it's okay with Professor Means. But of course, Mr. Wright, if that is what you wish. It's settled then. We'll expect a full and detailed report, Apollo, so pay attention. Being the new kid sure stinks. If you would please follow me, I'll escort you down to the waiting room on the first floor. There's so many parts of this academy that they have to type out. Still no Professor Court. It's been over 30 minutes. And Mr. Wright's snoozing away on the sofa. This is so boring. I should have hidden in the lecture hall and spied on the mock trial. Eek! What was that? That should wake up Phoenix. I just realized the date, and, but unfortunately it's not going to be quite aligned with the upload schedule. But very close. Athena, I could have sworn I just heard something fall down and break. If you go running now, they'll think it was you. Well, it wasn't me. I think it came from somewhere outside. Oh, well, we better go have a look, seeing as everyone else is in the lecture hall. Okay. Is this stage for some sort of concert? Kind of reminds me of a courtroom. Wait, Athena. Behind the witness stand. What? Eek! Professor Quartz, can you hear me? Professor! Wait, that's who we were supposed to be meeting with? Looks like our meeting's been canceled for us. No way, this can't be real. I called the police. They should be here soon. I'll go tell everyone in the lecture hall too. No, wait. We'll find out soon enough once the police gets here. Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here. Huh? Are we even allowed to do that? It's no big deal as long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus... No, never mind. He's being all mysterious again. Anyway, we should look around while the scene's still fresh. But... Okay, you're the boss. Alright. Should we talk to him first? No, that looks like the assistant dialogue. If necessary, we'll go back to dialogue with him. We should start by studying the body. I wonder what's the best angle for this. Okay, well, clearly it did not like that. Okay, oh, okay, fine. Then don't give me red buttons if I already got it. Okay, is that a better angle? I guess I really do have to examine the body. Well, I guess I better get used to stuff like this if I want to be a full-fledged lawyer. I'm curious about this book. What is this book? What do we have here? Book? I'm guessing it fell out of her chest pocket. Wait, what if it's her diary? That's the most private thing a girl has. True, but considering the situation at hand, my apologies to the late Professor Court. No, don't! Looks like more like a planner than a diary. Every page seems to have the same sword mark printed on it at that. I still think a girl deserves her privacy, but this may help solve the case. May help us solve the case. Brand new shiny badge. Routine report. Speak with Hugh O'Connor. Meet with Hugh about that report yesterday. Important. Prep for mock trial. Final confirmation. Meet with Mr. Wright about training seminar. Mock trial begins. So it's what, 2:30 because they said it was a half hour after the mock trial started. And she was supposed to meet us at 1. Will help us with timing as far as, like, time of death and all that. Is that an arrow? There's an arrow stuck in her side. Gunshot wounds and stab wounds are pretty common, but arrow wounds? This is a homicide any way you slice it. In other words, we have a murder on our hands. A murder? Here? So that makes this arrow the murder weapon. Well, that and the bow that shot it. Right. But where could the killer have shot her from? The stage is a sea of obstructions. I'm no expert on archery, but it can't be easy to hit a target with this much stuff around. Of course, I'm assuming her time of death to be back then at 1 o'clock. Because we haven't seen her. Would it be possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow? I'm not sure. I guess we better do some more investigating before jumping to conclusions. Investigating. I don't know why I pronounced it like that. Investigating before jumping to conclusions. Yeah, no kidding, it's stained with blood. What's going on with her hands? Notice anything strange about the body? Take a deep breath and then take a good look. Well, now that you mentioned it, there's no blood around it. Yet the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate. It would appear that quite some time has passed since Professor Court was murdered. Okay, so yeah, time of death is probably very early on. Thing is, the quad was packed with students up until the start of the mock trial. Wait, then doesn't that mean she was killed at a different location? Oh, I know! The killer moved the body here while everyone was in the lecture hall. That's a definite possibility. Knows anything else? Her arms are raised over her head, and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. Eventually, her wrists were unbound. As she reached up to stretch, she was killed? Actually, I'm not so sure about this theory. Well, there's not exactly a lot to go on. I think that's about all we're going to find out from the body for now. Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. We should probably take a picture of the crime scene just in case. Okay, I'm on it. Click. Say cheese! Cheese. And I thought I was the one with the twisted sense of humor. I think that should do it. Alright, let's take a better look around the area while we wait for the police to arrive. This pile of rubble sticks out like a sore thumb. Looks like the broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of the noise we heard? There's supposedly 2 statues on the stage. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Arts Club had made them. There were 2? Then that thing over there is the remains of another statue? This could be related to the case. Let's take a closer look. Okay. There's something buried in the rubble. The Themis Herald? Wait, we shouldn't disturb it. Let's just read what we can. Final act in torrid love triangle centered on campus she-devil Juniper Woods. Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student. Will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. Hugh O'Connor has declared that he will confess to her if he wins. Wait, what? I seriously wish I hadn't read that. You find that more shocking than discovering a murder victim's body? But we're talking about my friend Junie here. She'd never leave guys on like that. Athena, you don't believe everything you read, do you? This article is clearly written with malicious intent. I'm not buying a word of it. You're right, but it's still disturbing, even if it is third-rate tabloid material. What is happening here? What is it? Okay. I wonder what this was a statue of. Whatever it was reddish-purple in color. When Apollo and I first got here, both statues were already here, but they were covered up. I bet they were waiting to unveil them when the school festival moved here to the stage. You mean this duffel bag-looking thing was actually being used to cover the statues? I guess that just leaves the question, were they broken by accident or on purpose? What a puzzle this is. Mr. Wright, Athena! Oh, here comes Apollo. I've never seen anyone move so fast. Oh, it's Apollo. Sorry for the voice shift. Oh, gosh. Listen! Something big's happened. I was at the mock trial when the police announced a body had been found on campus. That's right. And we're the ones who phoned it in. We found Professor Court dead behind the witness stand over there. What? Can you show me? Cords of steel. What the? We've already had a quick look at the body. It's definitely a homicide. Once the police get here... No, I know it's a homicide. I'm shocked because it's the same. Exactly the same. Whoa there, Apollo. Take a deep breath and explain what you mean. It's the same. The body, that is. It's just like how it was in the mock trial. What? It's like the mock trial? I know, it sounds crazy, but... The body's location and position, the murder weapon, the lack of pooling blood. It's all exactly like the mock trial. You're kidding, right? It can't really all be the same, can it? I thought that was outside my window for a second. And I was like, oh, what great timing. Oh, wait. The whole school's in an uproar. There won't be any more classes today. A murder on campus. That's the last thing I expected at a legal academy. I'll go tell Professor Means what we observed when we discovered the body. You two wait here until you've spoken with the police. Yes, boss. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we have to wait around here. I can't stay still at times like these. I hope Junie hasn't fainted from the shock of this whole thing. Huh. Athena. There you are. Junie! Am I glad to see you? I was worried that... Don't worry about me. I am a student council president, after all. I need to be strong. Student council president? Wow, I'm impressed. She's really changed. She used to be kind of sickly and shy. Juniper, was it? You mind if we ask you a few questions? Yeah, we're stuck here waiting for the police, and there's really not much to do. Sure. What would you like to know? The music is so regal. I haven't seen you in ages, Junie. What's it been? 7 years or so? Yes, and I remember how you were always there for me, Athena. Maybe it's just me, but I wanted to ask why you seem so distant. Remember how you used to call me Thena? I liked it better that way. Felt like we were sisters, you know? Yes, but I'm student council president now. And as the student representative of Themis Legal Academy, I have to act properly. She was never this stiff and formal before. I knew you wouldn't be a judge, but I didn't expect this. It's such a prestigious school. And you're in the judge course to boot. Yes, and Professor Court had been in the charge of it until, well, you know. Oh, right, Professor Court was the professor in charge of Junie's course. What sort of teacher was Professor Court? If I had to sum her up in a single word, I'd say she was amazing. A judge must always seek the truth. That was her mantra, as she used it in trying to fix what was wrong with our school. She was a beacon of hope in this dark age of the law. The dark age of the law rears its ugly head again. What's wrong with your school? What did you mean by that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Am I imagining things, or did I misdetect something in Junie's voice? Professor Court chose my script for the mock trial. Oh, you mean all of the students in the judge course had to submit a script? And yours was the one selected? Wow, that's amazing, Junie! Oh, thank you. But now Professor Court's... Who would do such a thing? Just yesterday we were working together trying to get things ready. Excuse me. Are you alright, Junie? Maybe you should take it easy for a while. So she's still got that cough. Guess she's not as strong as she pretends to be. Why did you need a script in a showdown between a lawyer and a prosecutor? Well, we were simulating a trial. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with that word. We were simulating a trial, so we needed a script as a framework. All the details about the incident and the people involved were included in the script. We also prepared a crime scene, photos, a murder weapon, and other kinds of evidence. Wow, you guys think of everything. It must be hard getting all that ready. Yes, well, it was only Professor Court and I. After all, we didn't want the script or other elements of the mock trial to get leaked. We were the only ones in the entire school who knew all the details. Must have been a big pain in the... I mean, that must have been really difficult. I wrote the script so that the case could go either way. That way the defense and the prosecution both had an equal chance of winning. If you think that's all she's capable of, you got another thing coming. Huh? Who said that? Oh, was it the red one or the blue one that said that? Oh no, okay, it is that one that's saying it. Juniper's genius doesn't stop at her brilliant script. Yeah! She gave an award-winning performance as the defendant, man! I think I found a rival to my cords of steel. Hugh, Robin, aren't you going to introduce yourselves to our guests? As student council president, I won't have you treating them unrudely. You're right. I heard Mr. Wright was bringing a couple of guests with him. That would be you two? Apollo Justice and Athena Sykes? Yep, I'm Athena Sykes. And I'm Apollo Justice. Nice to meet you. I need to make his voice more dry. I'll pass on the handshake. I'm studying to be a lawyer. Named Hugh O'Connor. But some call me Mr. Perfect because I never scored less than 100% on tests. Most pretentious introduction ever. And what's with his hand? Is it glued to the inside of his pocket or what? Yeesh. Let me be the first to apologize for Hugh's totally rude introduction. Sorry! Now here's my intro. I'm Robin Newman. I'm studying to be a prosecutor, like the really cool kind that nails the bad guys. No! Where's the sincerity? So he makes pottery too. And what's that bracelet contraption for? Junie sure has made some unusual friends. Those two were the lawyer and prosecutor in today's mock trial. And even though I wrote the script, I also played the part of the defendant. Wait, then who was the judge? Oh yes, flashback to the thing. Level-headed lawyer, an apparently pretentious lawyer, and hot-blooded prosecutor. Go head-to-head. Yeah. Wait, these two are the guys who supposedly have a thing for Junie? Jennifer, come on. Your role's way beyond just that. That's right! The mock trial is just the start. She's also the school festival's main event! In the school festival's main event. Live on stage, Juniper Woods, and the crowd goes bananas! Woo! I'm supposed to sing at the school festival. All of the other girls were too embarrassed to try out, so... My Junie singing on stage in front of people? Wow, she really has changed. I was responsible for making everyone's stage costumes. And this is what I'll be wearing. Oh, that looks familiar. Glow from the inside. That's amazing, Junie. But then again, you were always good at that kind of thing. These constellations in particular are really something. Oh, thank you. One of my favorite things to do is look up at the stars in the middle of the forest. Huh, so you're a fan of the night sky then? Wow, Apollo. Didn't know you were such a romantic. It's not like that. I have this friend. He and I go way back. He got me really interested in space. Wait, you had friends when you were young? Color me surprised. As student council president, I cannot allow such mean-spirited teasing to continue. I think she's angry. 2 pages? Wait. Oh, paint inside the costume with fluorescent paint. Draw constellations on the outside and make small holes according to this pattern. Paint will shine through the holes, bringing the constellation to life. The costumes were no problem, but as for the singing, I'm not sure. No! You can do it! That's right, and anyone who says otherwise will have to answer to me. I have to figure out his voice. I can do better for him. It's like a chivalrous love triangle. A damsel in distress and 2 knights in shining armor. Maybe that Themes Herald article wasn't too far from the truth. Speaking of the latest news, I wonder how the mock trial turned out. So, who won? So how did the mock trial end? We were just about to reach the verdict when the police arrived. I will never know how it would have turned out. I guess that's what happens when there's a real murder during a fake murder trial. It ended right before the verdict? Talk about bad timing. It was this close, man! I bet I would have won. And I bet the defense wasn't doing too badly either, right? We'll settle this some other time. And I assure you, I will win when that time comes. Like I'm gonna let that happen! I don't think so! I hope they don't end up hurting each other. Oh, don't worry. The 3 of us have been good friends since we were enrolled here. We even have proof of our friendship. Proof? Like physical evidence proof? Yes, we're studying for a career in law, and in the legal world, evidence is everything. Yeah! As long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying them around. Ah, the famed Themis Legal Academy ingenuity at work. So what exactly is this proof of friendship anyway? Well, it's a secret, and if I showed you, it would be bad luck. Oh, okay. I knew it. There's definitely some discord in Junie's voice. Our friendship is sacred and inviolable. It's not something to be put cheaply on display. Proof! We don't need no stinking proof. Us 3 are friends forever! I hear discord in their voices too. But they're talking about their friendship. What's going on here? Something wrong, Athena? No, it's nothing. Oh. Alright then. I think he can sense something too, probably. With his bracelet. Or he can at least sense that something is wrong. He's probably reading Athena. Hey, isn't that... Everyone stay right where you are! Don't move a muscle! Detective Fulbright? Is something wrong? Why? If it isn't my little lawyer friend! Sorry, but the small talk will have to wait. Juniper Woods, you're under arrest for the murder of Constance Court. I'm what? Wait a second! What's going on here? Why are you arresting Junie? Please, Detective Fulbright. We're involved in this case, too. Aha! So, you're the lawyers that dispatch said we're first on the scene. I can't tell you everything, but I will say this. There are 2 major reasons for her arrest. Number 1, the suspect led somebody where the body was. The suspect led somebody to where the body was? I didn't. And number 2, the crime scene is exactly how the suspect portrayed in her script. But you can't arrest her on just those grounds. True, but there's more. However, Prosecutor Blackwell specifically told me not to say no more than that. So Blackwell's the prosecuting attorney on this one too? Detective Fulbright, we found this in the suspect's pocket. Why, there's blood on this! That's evidence we made for the mock trial. A mock trial? Never heard of such a thing, but it sounds fishy to me. Real fishy! Now, if you would, officers. Yes, sir! But... Junie! I have to do something. I can't let them take her away like this. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do.
believe that she's the killer! Junie! I've decided. I'm going to defend you. I'll fight with everything I've got. Athena. Junie, it's good to hear you say that name again.
Hate to interrupt your bonding time, but aren't you rather new to all this? You're barely even a lawyer. Well, I don't have much experience, and I may need Apollo and Mr. Wright's help at times. But nobody believes in Junie as much as I do. I'll help you too, Juniper. There's no way you murdered your professor. Apollo. Both. I'm counting on you. We've got your back, Junie. Oh, that's Athena, sorry. They both start with A. We've got your back, Junie. Guess things worked out after all. Now that you have your lawyers, Ms. Woods, it's time for us to head back to the station. I can't believe Junie's been arrested for murder. And I can't believe I accepted her case without asking Mr. Wright. Take a deep breath and relax, Athena. I'm here to help with whatever you need. So let's get right on the case. Right! I won't have this case left in the hands of rank amateurs. You are a student! If anyone's going to solve this case, it'll be me. Time to investigate. Why, that smug little... He hasn't even finished law school. This is what I'm saying. Hugh! That was totally rude! And you're not the only one on the case, man! I'm in too, big time. Juniper Woods, I'm gonna save you! Now that those two are gone, let's get back to what I was talking about in front of the stage. About the mock trial, that is. Oh, right! You said the victim's location, position, and so on were just like in the script. Exactly. But without the script or any props, it's kind of hard to explain. Perhaps I could help? Oh. I was like, who's talking now? I thought it was the professor again. I don't remember what I used as voice way back in the day. I know that I couldn't do the accent. Perhaps I could help. Air forehead. Oh yeah, he needs the suave voice. Prosecutor Gavin, what are you doing here? You two seem to know each other. Is someone going to introduce me? Well, I do believe we have fresh face here. Greetings, Fraulein. I'm Clavier Gavin. Some know me as a prosecutor, but I'm most famous for my former rock band. We were quite popular, you know, but regrettably the band went kaput. Perhaps you've heard of us, the Gaviniers? I was the lead vocalist. Never heard of your band. Then again, I was out of the country till only recently. But, can I get your autograph? You just met him like 3 seconds ago, and you want his autograph. Forgive me, Fraulein, but I've retired from the music biz. But I'd be happy to offer my autograph as rock star prosecutor Clavier Gavin. Oh, okay, that one then. She's a lively one, eh? Air forehead. Didn't know she was your type. She's the newest member of Write Anything Agency, that's all. Nice to meet you. I'm Athena Sykes. A pleasure to meet you too, Athena Sykes. Now that the intros are out of the way, I'm sure you have some questions for me. Y'all, Air forehead? Yeah. So what are you doing here, Prosecutor Gavin? I'm here for the same reason as your boss. Give a lecture and a training seminar. So he's the famous prosecutor they invited. And I have another crucial role to play. The Gaviniers are getting back together for a one-time special performance. Even though you guys disbanded. Which was a shame, by the way, really. I don't believe him. Yeah, I know how much you adored our music, Air Forehead. I love their relationship. It's because it's not like they're not at odds, like in total enemies, and they're not friends either. So it's not like Edgeworth and Phoenix were, but it's just like this kind of like annoyance. But it's one-way annoyance. Like Apollo is just annoyed by him, and he's just too cool and suave to be annoyed by Apollo. Anyway, I studied abroad in Germany to get my badge early, but I did graduate from here. Wait, so that performance Junie mentioned. I see you've already heard about that. One student representative was selected to sing with us on stage. And the stage was supposed to look like this tomorrow. 2 big banners and a pair of wicked statues. This is just an illustration, but it's not half bad. Wicked statues? Wait, are these supposed to be you and Mr. Wright? Bingo, Fraulein. And they were so big and magnificent, too. What a terrible waste. But the worst part of this whole thing is my long-awaited reunion with my mentor never came to pass. Wait, don't tell me your mentor was Professor Court. She's the one who taught me how to think about the law. So Constant Court was your professor here at the Academy? She may have taught the judge course, but she had a huge impact on me. She was fond of saying the end is only justified through proper means. She wouldn't tolerate dishonesty, always revered what was right beyond all else. I can feel Prosecutor Gavin's sadness. Oh no, I think I'm gonna cry. Athena, are you tearing up? Though I can't blame you. Prosecutor Gavin knows a lot of who he is to Professor Court. Exactly. So as you can see, we are both joined in purpose, so to speak. Yup. Now, let's rock this place hard. Huh? I don't follow. Let's rock what? Forget already, Hair Forehead? I said I'd help you explain the mock trial. We're going to reprise it right here in the lecture hall. It might help us catch our killer. Are we gonna have like a little mini courtroom battle? That would actually be funny. All rise for the honorable screen. Right. The stage is ready, and you, Hair Forehead, ready to rock? Oh, it's like the good old days of one game. No, the defense is not ready to rock. You saw the actual mock trial earlier, right? Just relax, you'll do fine. Besides, we have the script right here. Junie's masterpiece? The one everyone's been talking about? Yeah, and there's only one in existence. I borrowed it, if you will. Now, Fraulein, we'll need you to play the part of defendant and judge as per the script. Okay, got it. I've only read the case outline so far. I don't know how it actually turns out, so I'll treat this like I'm prosecuting a real case. You, Hair Forehead, will play the part of fledgling lawyer, a role you were born to play. All the evidence is also here with us. We have everything we need to reprise the mock trial. Très bien! Let's get started! Defendant/Judge Athena Sykes is psyched and ready to rock. Court is now in session for our reenactment of the mock trial. There's so many modifiers to that. Or what I'd like to call the mock trial. There it is. Yeah, a double mockery perhaps, but a trial is still a trial. Achtung, baby! It's no holds barred. Let's rock! Can't we take it easy today?
Objection!
It may be just a mock of a mock, but there's only one way to compete. You play to win. So remember, each time I catch you slacking off, I'm holding you in contempt of court. Great. A judge that voices her own objections and abuses her judicial powers. Yeah, it's not an actual court case thing. We're not displaying evidence or hearing testimony. Now then, Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, if you please. You got it, Fraulein Judge. Our case is set in a school very much like this one. The victim, a professor, female. The defendant, an archery club member, also female. me, oh my. I'm innocent. Innocent, I tell you. That's some seriously bad acting, Fraulein. Anyway, the victim's body... he tells it like it is. You gotta love Clavier. Anyway, the victim's body was discovered in the middle of the quad. Here's a shot of the crime scene. Ironically, it was Professor Court who posed as the corpse. Herr Forehead, how did the mock trial participants react to this photo? Mr. Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. He reacted with, "Oh, the green sweatsuit." It's not exactly what I would pick to focus on, so why would he care about that? Too much of a fledgling to know what's important in that one. In any case, both in the mock trial and the actual case, Professor Court was wearing a sweatsuit. Moving right along.
Hold it!
Hey, wait a sec. The body was discovered in the same area as the mock case, although there was a stage. Plus, the murder weapon and an arrow and the lack of blood are also the same. That's right. And therein lies the significance of this mock trial. So let's keep rocking hard, just like that. Before the crime scene occurred, I have no idea why it's the scene. Before the crime occurred, the defendant was to meet with the victim in the quad. Let's see here. When I arrived at our meeting place, I found the professor with an arrow in her stomach. But it wasn't me, I didn't kill her. You don't have to ham it up like that, Athena. It's called getting into character here, Forehead. Don't be such a wet blanket. Right. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then Hugh said, a frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab her professor with an arrow? I don't think so. At the time of the murder, a male student was seen holding a bow in the archery club room, which has a clear view of the quad. He shot the arrow into the victim before my client even got there. "9-9, Herr Forehead. That feigned swagger does not suit you in the least." Order! 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 Especially you, Mr. Justice. Me? But I was just trying to get into it like Mr. Euro Rocker said. So, the victim was shot from the archery club room before the meeting even took place. Hence, the defendant could not be the killer. That seems to be the defense's assertion. Prosecutor Gavin, do you have any objections? The autopsy report notes that the edges of the victim's wound were unusually ragged. Could such physical trauma possibly result from an arrow shot from a bow? 9. I believe the victim was impaled with the arrow by hand, post-mortem. In short, the real murder weapon was not the arrow at all. When Robin was prosecutor, he had a tough time determining the real murder weapon. Well, he's just a student, a warm-up act, while I am the real deal, the headliner, so to speak. The true murder weapon was most likely the awl that was left of the art room. An awl? What's that? An awl, you say? What might that be? It's a kind of tool used for poking holes in paper, wood, and other materials. It's kind of like an ice pick. A photo here if you're interested. That's what they took off of Judy. Gross! So bloody to the handle. Please tell me that's just paint. Most likely from that. Pretty realistic, yeah? Let's pretend it was real blood for now. The defendant's prints were lifted from the murder weapon. Furthermore, traces of the victim's blood were discovered in the art room. That's where I believe the murder actually took place. So, the question now is, how did the body get from the art room to the stage? The murder took place in the third-floor art room, but the body was found in the quad. It must have been quite a chore moving the body all that way. Not at all. There's a maintenance area in the storehouse right outside the art room. And a cart used to carry balls around was found there. Oh, I think I've seen one of those before. But that's a pretty big one. A jumbo, yeah? Big enough to fit a person. Or a body in it. The defendant dropped the body from the art room window and then moved it with a cart. That's how a high school girl could easily have moved a body all by herself. You don't say!
Objection!
A body dropped from 3 stories up, which shows signs of massive blunt force trauma.
Objection!
That was a different voice. That may be true, but... You failed to account for the large high jump mat in the storehouse. A body dropped onto such a mat would show no signs of blunt force trauma. Yikes. It's almost scary how similar this whole case is to the mock trial proceedings. It's nice to have Gavin on our side. Quite a crafty killer, in an attempt to cast suspicion on the archery club. They moved the body to the quad, where it would be an easy shot from the clubroom. Then the killer faked the murder weapon by inserting an arrow into the all stab wound. Sounds like he has only high praise for Jeannie's script. Were there any further arguments from the defense? Nope. It seemed like the teacher who was playing the judge was satisfied too. Time for the finale then. Your verdict, if you please, Fraulein Judge. Huh? Oh, right, that's me. Very well, this court finds the defendants, Juniper Woods... Wait a second! Even if this is just a mock trial of a mock trial, I don't want to declare Jeannie guilty. Yeah, perhaps that's not such a good idea. Let's end our mock trial here. Besides, it's about time I get back to my investigation. Thanks, you two. That little run through of the mock trial cleared up quite a few things. Achtung, baby! Prosecution's already got witness size up too. Body was a arrow. Murder weapon was a hall. Actual murder scene was the art room. Here's the blood. Body was dropped from the 3rd floor art room to the maintenance area. Mat was laid down to cushion the fall. Ball cart from the storehouse was then used to move the body to the stage. The archery club's room has a good view of the quad. The body was moved to the quad to make it look like the archery club member had shot the victim with the arrow. Oops. All buy with school festival funds. Get from hardware store. Arrow if I borrow one from the archery club. Get part of the stage plot. Sweatsuit victim's outfit will be a red one. Red one? Interesting. Considering it was green. Maybe that's why that one teacher said something about it. Who was it that said something about it? Huh. But wait, no, wasn't the script a secret? Ooh. It's weird that a teacher said something about it then. Or was it one of the students? I don't remember. Somebody said something. Because they said, oh, the green sweatshirt. Anyway. Witness. That was quick. Prosecutor Blackwell's almost too good. How does he do all that from prison? You're sure that on a helpful mood today, Prosecutor Gavin. Well, like I said, I just want to catch whoever killed Professor Court. And there's no reason for me to start butting heads with you two. See, like I said, they're not at each other's throats. Anyway, let's say goodbye, as I'm sure I'll be seeing you later. Bye. I always thought prosecutors were all a rather scary bunch. But Prosecutor Gavin seems pretty nice. Yeah, he's not so bad as prosecutors go. We should get back to investigating, too. We don't have nearly enough information yet. And we also have to tell Mr. Wright that we accepted Junie's case. Right. Looks like we have our work cut out for us. Off we go. Somewhere. Where are we supposed to see? I guess we could go to Write Anything Agency. But do we have to investigate first? I don't know. Ah, Mr. Wright! Okay, there he is. I figured he'd still be around. Oh, they're in a sad conversation. Oh no, they're just being super serious right now. I heard they arrested your friend Juniper. Yeah, Detective Fulbright just took her in. I refuse to believe that one of our students is capable of murder. We must prove her innocence by any means necessary. The end justifies the means. What do you mean the end justifies the means? I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Here at our esteemed academy, we train our students to produce meaningful results. You believe in Juniper's innocence, do you not? Of course I do. Junie wouldn't even hurt a fly. Precisely. We have justice on our side. The only other thing we need are results. It is the height of folly to endanger your client by failing to pursue all means possible. Sure, I want to prove her innocence, but I don't like the sound of the end justifies the means part. Well, you're so young and idealistic. It's no wonder you fail to see the wisdom therein. There is but one thing to do now. I must personally take up Juniper's defense. You're going to take her case, Professor Means? I may be a professor, but I am still licensed to practice law. In fact, I have even battled Professor Court in court. No kidding. So you guys are rivals or something? No, nothing of the sort. She was an esteemed colleague at the academy and in court. You see, both Professor Court and I graduated from this academy at the top of our class. Wow. I bet they both used to really bring it. Now, if you would excuse me, I had best go discuss the case with Juniper. Professor Means, please wait. I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case. It's true, Juniper's counting on us to prove her innocence. Really now? You two? And when were you planning on telling me? Sorry, boss. I know we should have asked first, but... Relax, your friend was just hauled away in front of your eyes. Sometimes you just have to make snap decisions. And I think you made the right one. How wonderful! Very well, Athena Sykes, let me ask you just one thing. As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else? That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients. What a wonderful answer. Juniper must be overjoyed to have a friend such as you. As her professor, I too shall do whatever I may to help her. And if you decide to take the end justifies the means strategy, come see me at once. Let's hope it never comes to that. Now, if you would excuse me. Well, time's wasted. You better start investigating and fast. But first, how about I tell you everything I know so far? Yes, please! Talk to me, boss. Have you learned anything new about the case? Actually, I ran into Professor Gavin, and he told me something interesting. Seems the murder took place in the art room. There's traces of a large pool of blood there. So the police believe the body was moved from there to the stage. What? Really? Just like in the mock trial again. The police are searching the art room. But whether they'll find anything, well... Well, what? Come to think of it... Him being all mysterious again. Now, where was I again? There's really no need to talk about it right here, right now. I want you two to find out for yourselves. So were you shocked by your conversation with Professor Meeks? Oh, I guess so. Actually, that was pretty shocking. The dark age of the law. I'm sure you've heard those words before. Sure, a number of times. Prosecutors file false charges, and lawyers fight back with fabricating evidence. There's a lot of that going around these days. But the question is, how is it related to the case at hand? Training students to produce results. That's the school's policy. Well, that in and of itself isn't a bad thing. Right. As long as those results came by fair and honest means. Oh, but what was it that Professor Means said? The end justifies the means? To survive the dark age of the law, you must use any means necessary. Fabrication of evidence and false charges are unavoidable in the quest for results. That's what they're preaching here at Themis Legal Academy. But what will happen to our legal system if results are all that matter anymore? Relax, it's just a rumor. I'd take it with a grain of salt if I were you. Oh, that's a relief. You had me going there for a minute. Wait a second. What if Mr. Wright examined the victim's body for a reason? Maybe he was worried someone might actually tamper with the evidence? I think that about wraps up what I know so far. The fact that this case closely resembles Miss Wood's script is obviously important. Knowing that, you should probably try and identify what's the same and what's different. Okay, I'll try talking to as many people as I can on campus. That means we're done with you, right? Yes, we are. Okay. Okay, that'll be someplace for later. I just came from the stage, so... Or not stage, the lecture hall, so let's go to the stage. Okay. I thought the area was cordoned off. Hey, the police are discussing something over there. Oh, I know! I'll just quietly sneak over for a listen. Here goes. Athena, watch where you're... Huh? Eek! Ouch. Who put this stupid box here? Wait. Eek! Apollo, this box... There's... What now? There's someone... Something inside! Don't let it be a snake! You morons just blew my cover. What the? There really is someone inside. That someone is me, Miriam Scuttlebutt. And I'm a senior in the judge course. What's with the box? It's the fate of we who live in the shadows. There's a very good reason why none may see my face by the light of day. Wait, if you're taking the judge course, did you write a mock trial script too? You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you'll wish you hadn't. Who cares? I'm sure it was rejected for a good reason. So you're studying to be a judge too? You must be classmates with Juniper. Are you a friend of hers? Juniper. Sure, she's my friend. That's why I'm gathering info. Now, tell me all you know. You know, for tomorrow's trial. For tomorrow's trial? What are you talking about? I'm going to take the stand, naturally. So the witness for the prosecution is some weirdo in a cardboard box? This disguise is how I get my scoops. But you're right, it's me. So, tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake. Wait a second, Miriam. Repeat what you just said. A lawyer with brains as bad as his ears. Poor Juniper. I'm taking the stand tomorrow. Tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake. Clear enough for you this time? I thought so. Athena, my bracelet's reacting. Really? That means a lie already? That was quick. Well, she did say that she was taking the stand. Doesn't that mean that she's not on the side of Juniper? Also, she's not exactly visible. She's probably gonna do stuff with her fingers, though. Yeah, her eyes can't do anything. Ah, there it is.
Gotcha!
Is that a skull? That's strange. You suddenly tightened your grip when you said, for Juniper's sake. It's like you subconsciously tensed up because you're lying. What are you talking about? When did I ever lie? Okay, then let me ask you this. Why were you selected? Oh, that was me. Okay, then let me ask you this. Why were you selected as a witness? That's an easy one. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Themis Herald. I know everything there is to know around campus, even the darkest of secrets. Editor-in-chief, huh? Pretty impressive. Yeah, well, it's a lonely one-woman operation. I do it all myself, from reporting to editing to publishing. Still impressed? I'm a perfect storm of journalism because I bring it all to the table. And this is the evidence here. An extra edition of the Themis Herald, published to coincide with the mock trial. Thanks, Miriam. You've revealed who you truly are. As someone who's never had Junie's best interest in mind. What? Are you questioning our friendship? Look, you may want answers, but no can do, because what you're saying conflicts with this piece of evidence. The, malicious scoop. Did we get the extra edition? Oh, that's interesting. What was he doing with the glowy paint? Okay, sorry.
Take that!
That's the Themis Herald, the paper I publish. What about it? Are you really that dense? This article is full of malicious lies about Junie. It's definitely not something a true friend of hers would write. You got it all wrong. Another staff member wrote that one. I don't think so, Miriam. You even said yourself it was just a moment ago. It's a one-woman operation? Or did you forget already? If you've just given me the info you have. Stupid pawn, Junior was just using you. So who are you really, Miriam Scuttlebutt? Now, I want the truth, Miriam. You hide in your box in order to collect gossip for your sleazy paper, isn't that right? You're not really friends with Juniper, are you? No duh, she's the target of my scoops and my readers demand dirt. Extra, extra, the dirty little secret of the squeaky clean student council president. Dirty little secret? Alright, what are you planning to say in court, huh? I'm a witness to her part in the crime. I'm going to tell it all in shocking expose. The end justifies the means. That's my brand of tell-all journalism. The end justifies the means? Wait a second. In this dark age of the law, many of us embrace Professor Mean's methods, even future judges. I've even adopted an end justifies the means brand of journalism, which includes tape recorders secretly hidden all over our campus, secretly recording every last word without anyone being any the wiser. Doesn't you realize that's totally illegal? And one of them was at the scene of the crime, the art room. Well, that's not good. You got a tape recorder in the art room? What did it record? You want to know? You really want to know? Yes, please. That's so nice of you to... I can't really tell you now. The big scoop comes out in courts tomorrow. You're so mean, Miriam. According to my evidence, a fatal fissure had opened between the three of them. Fissure. When I was a kid, my brother and I pronounced that totally wrong. We pronounce it fissure. I don't think that's how I think it's Fisher. Yeah. Who? Junie, you, and Robin? And what do you mean by fatal fissure? There we go. Now I'm saying it right. Juniper, Hugh, and Robin used to be the best of friends. Used to be? They still seem to get along fine to me. It did send some discord, though. You don't know anything. Professor Means has his followers. Professor Court had hers. Their influence is inescapable. Are you implying that one of them adheres to the extreme idea that you and Professor Means have? But why would anyone follow that philosophy? How could you possibly understand? You're new around here. Miriam, Wouldn't you feel better if you came out of dark and into the light? I can see fine in here. You'll be able to see the light in court tomorrow. Then you'll realize how guilty Juniper Woods really is. We're going to have to cross-examine her tomorrow. But I don't know where to start. Well, let's at least take care of whatever we can today. You're right. Let's see what else we can find out. I guess that means we're supposed to present stuff. So, what do you have to say about this? I love this newspaper. The paper quality, the printing method, the smell of the ink. Could it be more perfect? Is it really that amazing? You just don't get it, do you? Toilet paper, hamster cage lining, window wiper. My paper is so awesomely versatile. Am I to understand that the contents run the entire spectrum of fecal matter as well? If you want to give me presents, look it through the hole in the box. It's too big, you can open the top and give it out that way. No presents. No presents for you. My script was way more popular than Juniper's. Really? Wow. Was that the majority opinion? Yep. My behind-the-scenes maneuvers, threats, and deceptions work like a charm. Miriam, this may come up as a surprise to you, but that's called cheating. Says you. I didn't break the law. Besides, Stan just follows the rules. That's what they teach us here. Apparently, some people are already thriving in the dark age of the law. I don't really know what else to talk to you about. I guess I'll just keep presenting things. What do you have to say about this? Nope. And this? Nope. And this. Okay, I might have to come back. We've been in the hallway, we've been in the lecture hall. Let's go see what's the maintenance area. Because it won't let me examine. So, I can't look around the crime scene anymore. So this is the maintenance area. Let's see. During the mock trial, Prosecutor Gavin said that the art room is right above here on the 3rd floor. And that the body was dropped from there into a high jump mat from the storehouse. Right, and then he claimed that the body was transported to the stage in a ball cart. And then... there's someone else here. Hey, it's Robin! Whoa! You scared the crud out of me! Yikes, right back at you! So, what are you doing out here? I'm working out so I can become strong enough to save Juniper! But I'm so worked up. My training brace is almost breaking at the seams! Oh, right. The girl you like got arrested, so you're psyching yourself up to rescue her? Yes, because I'm the manliest of manly men! That's why I work out with my manly brace! Except that I hear some discord in that manifest of men's voice of yours. I don't mean to be rude, but can't you talk without shouting? Sorry! I'll try not to shout so much. If at all possible. That is. Which is not at all possible by the sound of it. So, do you mind if I ask you some questions as Junie's lawyer? No problem, ask away. Keep 'em coming, man! Ouch, my ears ache already. Robin, could you tell me a little more about yourself? You wanna know about me? I'm a second-rate member of the Fine Arts Club. The Fine Arts Club? Looks like the Potter Imposter. Maybe this is the source of the noise you heard. Supposedly 2 statues. Co-ed from the Fine Art Club. Wicked statues. Say, did you create those stage statues by any chance? You bet I did, both of them! Putting my blood, sweat, and tears into those things, man! It must have been terrible seeing them all smashed up like that. Nah, I couldn't face Professor Court if I let something like that get me down! What do you mean? Professor Court was the Fine Arts Club advisor. She was all about truth and beauty, man. She always said the only good result is the truth. That and only lawyers who seek truth through legitimate means produce worthwhile results! Yes! Oh, sorry, that's Athena. Yes! I'm totally on you guys' side. She must have been an incredible woman. Yeesh, you call me loud when I practice my chords of steel. Yeah, at least for him, it's temporary. They're just shouting the whole time. Oh, man! Why'd I have to take the prosecutor course? I mean, how am I supposed to save Juniper if I'm studying to be a prosecutor? Don't worry, I'll clear Junie's name. You'll see. The three of us had a dream. We swore we'd make it happen together. Prosecutor, lawyer, judge, the three of us would hold fair and honest trials. The dark age of the law, ha! We were going to pale a nail in its coffin, man. Wow, you guys swore to do that? But no! That stupid school rule had to ruin it! School rule? Which one? Anyone with prior conviction, no matter how minor the offense, they won't be allowed to graduate from this stupid, holier-than-thou school! Tough legal academy with even tougher rules. Junie will never become a judge unless I can prove her innocence. And if I fail, the three of them will never realize their dream. It's like someone put pressure on my pressure. So, you want to talk about this at all? Ah, that paper! So, Robin, is this article true? The author of that article has been gunning for the three of us for some reason. There's been nothing but trashy articles like this as long as I can remember. Maybe the author just wants your attention? No way, man! The venom in those articles is way beyond that. Huh. I wonder. Do you have anything to say about this? Whoa! Deja vu, man! It's like I can almost taste my near victory again! But no! The final showdown was canceled because of the murder! This topic sure seemed to strike a raw nerve. It doesn't come between you guys. You kidding? Our friendship, it's like a diamond, only tougher! It's like a powder keg before a spark! It's like a calm before the storm! In other words, it's under a lot of pressure and ready to blow at any moment? Whoa! Okay, he's talking about deja vu again. It's under a lot of pressure and ready to blow at any moment. Cool. Her journal didn't mention him, did it? No, but it mentioned Hugh, so we do have to talk to Hugh about that. Man, I feel like I'm missing something, but there's nothing else for me to do. Hallway again? Nope. Lecture hall again? Okay. We're getting somewhere. It's a long one, guys. The beginning investigation always is, because you have to introduce the case, and then you have to investigate. Look, there's Hugh! Hey, Hugh! Hey, you. Oh, it's you two. Do you want something? Did you find out anything? You said you were going to do some investigating of your own. No, nothing yet. I'm afraid it's not looking very good for Juniper. You don't really think Juniper could have done something like this, do you? Only the author and the victim knew the contents of the script. Both the stage and the art were in the exact same state as described therein. Nobody could mimic the crime like that unless they'd already read the script, or wrote it. But, look, Professor Means is better able to handle this than you two. So just leave it to him. There it is again. I'm picking up some discord in Hugh's voice. Okay, I don't like what he's saying about Professor Means being the one to do it. I don't think he's as noble as the other two. Hugh, would you mind telling me a little bit about yourself? Heh, whatever. I'm 6'1", and under this uniform, I'm 100% lean muscle. My grades are outstanding, and I'm the ace of the archery club. Needless to say, I never miss my mark. Oh, and I'm incredibly humbled. How can he even say that with a straight face? Those around me call me a genius, but I pay them no mind. But when it comes to tests, I always get 100%, so I suppose that it's only natural for them to say I'm a genius. But as I said before, I pay them no mind. I heard you the first time. But what about the mock trial? It sounded like you were about to lose to Robin. There's a very good reason for that. You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. You saw the body? Right, and I was distraught, so that I basically handed Robin a victory. Hugh, would you mind telling us a little more about that? I'm sorry, what? Right before the mock trial, the campus was empty. Everyone was here in the lecture hall. Your attention, please. This is an announcement from the mock trial committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. That's right. There was that announcement, and then everyone came in here. The only exceptions were the mock trial participants. Juniper, Robin, and I were in our personal dressing rooms next door. Wow, your own personal dressing rooms? That's total VIP treatment. Actually, they're for student-teacher meetings. They don't even have windows. Oh, and it's Newman. The other two waited patiently in their rooms. But that's not my style. Really? And that's Robin's style? So I headed over to the archery range on the other side of the squad. Some meditation while I waited. It was the best way to relax. Then just before the mock trial was to start, I headed back towards the main building. As I walked across the quad, I passed in front of the stage. So that's when you saw the body. Right. It's quite a shock. As much as I hate to admit it, my legs are shaking. He is sweating. I could have easily beaten Robin if it hadn't been for that. Why didn't you tell anyone? Oh wait, hold it right there. You went through the mock trial, even though you had just discovered a body? Why didn't you tell anyone? Thank you. I mean, we're talking about someone getting killed here. I think I know why. Was it because of this? Where did you get that? So this article in the Famous Herald is true. The winner of the mock trial would get to make his confession to Junie? Right. If I reported the body I'd found, the whole thing would be called off. You really wanted to win that bad? Bad enough to ignore a dead body? Sorry, but that's just not normal. How could their love for Junie really be that strong? Thanks for sharing all that important piece of information with us. It may prove useful at tomorrow's trial. Good, because that's all I have to say about the matter. Thanks, and don't worry, we'll prove Jennifer's innocence, you'll see. Can't say you two inspire much confidence. Thanks, dude. Okay, Athena, what's next? Well, I think I've talked to everyone who is somehow linked with the case. Okay, maybe it's about time we wrapped up our investigation. Oh, wait! We haven't met with Junie yet. Yeah, you're right. Let's head over to the detention center. Oh, that was Athena. Let's head over to the detention center. Love it when they tell me where I'm going. Whoops. The start of the music just suddenly cut off. Hi, Junie. Thena, thank you so much for coming. She called me Thena, like she used to. Maybe she's finally letting her guard down. She looks so uncertain. She looks so sad with a big frown. That is the saddest frown ever. Junie, the crime's unfolding exactly like your script. Any idea what's going on here? We wanted to make it fair, so the script was kept secret until the day of the mock trial, and the only people who knew the details were Professor Court and I. Nothing we haven't heard already so far. However... Yes? What is it, Junie? Well, there was this one article in the school paper. You mean this one? It's more like a tabloid piece than a newspaper article, if you ask me. I've been worried that the trial would wreck the friendship between Robin, Hugh, and me. She wants to stay friends, but both of the guys are hoping to take it to the next level. Oh, the passion of high school drama. Wish I could have experienced it. And I know I shouldn't have, but I revised the script to favor the prosecution. But Professor Court noticed it immediately and changed it back. Ah, so if Robin had won, Hugh wouldn't have been able to confess his love to Junie. That would have kept the trio's relationship the same. Never knew Junie could be so devious. Sorry, I guess my personal problems probably won't be of any help in court, huh? You never know. Help often comes from the most unexpected places. Thanks, Juniper. So it was revised, but then it was put back to what it was. I wonder if that has anything to do with the different colors of the tracksuit. I was wondering about that awl you had on you when you were arrested. So many flashbacks of the same part. I was here. I know it was like an hour ago, but still, we were present for this conversation. It was the murder weapon from the mock trial. Professor Court and I were prepping it in the art room until the day before the trial. Then again, if you guys watch it in parts, as I know at least one person does, then you guys need those flashbacks even within the same part, so apologies. But you can read it on your own. Until the day before the trial. I didn't even realize I still had it on me until I was arrested. There was nothing to worry about. There shouldn't be any way to link it to the crime. Still, that blood red color on the owl bothers me. Wasn't it just paint or something? I mean, I was looking at it from pretty far away, but it probably was just paint, but that's what bothers me. It wasn't on the awl when we were... It wasn't on the awl when we were prepping it yesterday. It wasn't? Then how and when did it get there? Oh no, it's real blood! Well, before the mock trial began, I showed Thena and Mr. Wright to the waiting room. And then I went back to my dressing room to get the trial props we were going to use. That's when I found the art room key and the awl with what looked like blood on it. A key and the awl? Professor Court normally has the art room key since she's the Fine Arts Club advisor. And since that key was there in the dressing room, I thought she was the one who had painted the awl to look like it had blood on it. After all, she always insisted that the props should be realistic, so... The awl suddenly shows up the day of the trial with what looks like blood on it. I have a really bad feeling about this. Me too. Let's not jump the gun on this. You and Professor Court were busy preparing for the mock trial together yesterday, right? Was that the last time you saw her? Yes, I left school at around 6 p.m. Did you notice anything different about her? No, I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. She looked and acted the same as always. I would have never guessed she'd end up like this. It looks like we're about out of time. Thank you for coming to see me. We'll do everything we can to prove your innocence tomorrow. To prove you innocent tomorrow. I don't know why I read that in a different way. I saw the words correctly. Just refused to read them that way. I know, and I believe in you, Thena. Well, I should go now. Bye. Aw, she's smiling. Yay. We made her happy. Or at least hopeful. Is she gonna be alright? She's like a shadow of the girl we met back at the academy. The Junie I knew was always like that, a little weak and sickly. But the fact that she's lifted her facade shows that she trusts us. Even still, what is it? Well, when Junie and her two friends were talking about their friendship, I sensed some discord in their hearts. Seriously? Yeah, but it was really faint. I might have been mistaken. There's no reason to doubt their friendship, is there? Don't worry. Everything will be fine. You and Juniper are friends, right? You know that friend I mentioned to you earlier? Well, get this. Whenever something's troubling one of us, the other can just feel it. That's real friendship. I suppose you're right. Might as well forget about that and concentrate on the trial. Yep, tomorrow's the big day. Let's sort out what we know so far. Okay. The victim, Professor Constant Court, was murdered in the art room on the 3rd floor. Then her body was moved to the outdoor stage on the quad. Also, the location where we found the body was just as the mock trial scripts described. I wish those were the only similarities they shared. What do you mean? What I mean is that the script and the case are exactly the same in almost every respect. So it follows that the actual trial may very well unfold just like the mock trial did. Oh no. The mock trial ended right before the prosecution was about to win. Well, that's not going to happen. This time, Junie will be declared not guilty. Of course, I intend to get our results the honest way. We can do this. We'll be fine. After all, I have Apollo, and he's the king of being fine. I'm fine. We'll be fine. Cords of steel. Oh man, I tell you though, voicing Robin has worn me out. Just shouting the whole time for him. Alright, well, we have started. We're kicking off to the beginning of this trial, and we shall enter the courtroom tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean next upload. It is my favorite case. I love this case, and it's the reason that I like this case is because of the three of them, those three friends, and their whole. It's very sweet. Everything is like, it's all friendship in high school and stuff, and I'm a sucker for like the school friendship, coming of age sort of stories anyway. So this is the closest I can get in this particular case, or in this particular game. But anyway, all that being said, stick around, stay tuned, subscribe, and we will carry on next time. Talk to you guys then.